Oh, good morning. Welcome to the show. This is beautiful Tanackally, just across from Gallipoli. But we're leaving here to go on to Alexandria Troas and beyond that to Assos. Glenn's going to set up and Lumpy's getting us a car. I hope you enjoy the show.
Paul, ready to go, mate? It's a motorbike. What does it look like?
Couldn't you get a car?
No, mate, they ran out. But that's fine. I've got everything for you. Look, all the leathers and everything.
I've never been on the back
Easy
of one of
rider.
those
Jump
before.
on. It'll be fine, mate. We won't crash, I promise. You ready? Go. Ready? Hang on. Put the blinker on. Down around this way.
Alexander Troas was named after Alexander the Great. In around 20 BC, the city's name was altered to Troas when Caesar Augustus made it into a Roman colony. During the Roman Empire, it grew into one of Turkey's major seaports because it was the last port of call for those who wanted to travel to Greece.
Fascinating to think that Paul himself might have actually bought something from one of those shops. Almost certainly he walked past them. And there's more over here, look.
Okay.
And there's a,
Oh, wow. Look at that.
there's the entrance to the marketplace.
Oh, yeah.
This would have been very grand in its day.
Oh, it's grand now. I don't know about in its day.
Yeah,
That's spectacular, isn't it?
it's spectacular. Well, brilliant architects they were they? To just
But
create
there's no mortar used in that.
none at all. Just the weight of the stones.
So how did they must have had a few guys up there hanging on to them all at once.
Yep.
Saul of Tarsus. Saul was born a Roman citizen in the city of Tarsus, southern Turkey. He was educated in the local synagogue, then began his university studies in Jerusalem, studying Jewish law and Greek literature. Like his father, he joined the Jewish religious political party called the Pharisees. At about age 30, Saul began persecuting the Christian church. He consented to the murder of Stephen the evangelist and then travelled to the city of Damascus, aiming to arrest anyone claiming to be a Christian. According to the Christian writer Luke, Saul was dramatically converted along the way. To highlight his conversion, Saul changed his name to Paul. Paul became a missionary travelling to Turkey, Greece and Italy.
Alexandria Troas was the port city of a promontory called the Troad. It's just a few miles south of the great city of Troy. In the year AD 49, the Apostle Paul came here. Quite likely he wanted to sail from this port city here across to Philippi, where the Roman road began. He was really just a couple of weeks from Rome itself when he was here. Apostle Paul was very interested in port cities, places like Philippi, Thessalonica, Corinth and Ephesus, because they provided an opportunity for establishing a church and letting the message of the gospel, as it were, spread through the people who came and went from the ports. Paul was a Roman citizen, of course, and this was a Roman colony, and therefore he had special protection as a Roman citizen in a place like this. Pretty evident that a Christian church was established in Troas. Paul came back here some years later and was unable to stay, but it's a clear reference there that there were Christian people here. And then in a second visit, we have the rather humorous incident of the man Eutyches, who fell out the window because he fell asleep while Paul preached on and on into the night. Near the end of Paul's life, as he wrote the second letter to Timothy, he asks Timothy to bring his cloak from Troas. Very likely, therefore, Paul was arrested for the last time in Troas. So, although Troas isn't mentioned very frequently in the New Testament, it obviously played a very, very important part in the unfolding story of the Acts of the Apostles and the life of the Apostle Paul.
Welcome back. I'm just up the road from Troas. I'm waiting for Paul and Lumpy to arrive, and in the meantime I've prepared this salad which is called kisir. Very similar to our tabbouleh, the main difference being it's got a totally different dressing. You start by taking a cup of bulgur and you soak that in a cup of hot water for about 20 minutes. Whilst that's soaking, you take 5 shallots roughly chopped, you add 3 chopped tomatoes, 1 cup of coarsely chopped parsley and a cup of coarsely chopped mint. You add that all together, season it with a bit of salt and pepper. You add half a cup of olive oil and the juice of half a lemon. So up to this point, it's just like our tabbouleh. Now with the dressing, this has got tomato salsa or tomato paste, 3 tablespoons there, 1 tablespoon of red chilli salsa, and 3 teaspoons of red chilli flakes. You can adjust the red chilli flakes to your taste. So what we do, we're just going to add this to the kisir and mix it all in.
The book of the Acts of the Apostles is found in the New Testament section of the Bible. The book was written by Dr. Luke sometime around 80 AD. He writes the book for a man named Theophilus, the same man he wrote his Gospel to. Luke wants to explain to Theophilus and other Christian readers how Christianity began and progressed throughout the 1st century AD. He begins his book with Jesus ascending into heaven, then records the ministries of the apostles Peter, then Paul, as they set up churches in Israel, Lebanon, Syria, Turkey and Greece. Christians believe that just as Luke's Gospel records the history of God's work through Jesus Christ, the Acts of the Apostles records God's work through the Holy Spirit.
Here he is. Great stuff.
Where's the car?
Lunch. No, I couldn't get a car, mate. Sorry.
You promised to take me fishing, Lumpy.
I'll forget, Paul. Oh, mate. Well, long story about the car, but don't worry about the car. What have we got for lunch there?
Mate, you promised to take me fishing.
No, I will. I promise. I'll take you next week. I really will take you next week. This looks nice. Paul, what do you think? Looks good, doesn't it? Nice view. I love the patchwork. Hey, what's he doing? He's taking the bike, Paul. Well, he's going fishing without us. How are we going to get that sauce now?
If you'd got us a car, we wouldn't be having this problem. We're just going to have to walk.
Walk?
Walk.
Kid. Well, we better start. Paul, don't go so
Come on,
fast.
Lumpy, pick up the pace.
Oh, it's too hot.
We're never going to get to Assos at this rate.
Oh,
Come
the
on.
wind's- It's just too hot. My feet are sore.
Come on, the Apostle Paul made it between midnight and 9 a.m. You can do it.
I beg
Come
your
on,
pardon?
hurry up.
What happened?
The Apostle Paul made it between midnight and early morning, so come on.
What? He couldn't have. Look at the hills. It's impossible. No way in the world. Hang on, Paul. I'm coming.
Come
Not
on.
so fast. I'm not going up there. We haven't got to
Come
go all
on,
the way up
Lumpy.
there, have we? Hey?
Come on.
I tell you what, I'm going to chuck this in shortly. My feet are killing me. Tell you what, Paul, my feet are really sore. I'm hungry too.
Come on, Lumpy, keep moving.
Oh, look at the hills and the rocks here.
I know, but we can do it. Come on.
Next place I see, I'm dropping in for something to eat.
You can't do that.
You can do it. I've heard that they're very hospitable people in
Yes.
Turkey. The next joint I come to, that's me, mate.
You just can't drop in on
Oh.
people like that.
You can drop in on people like that. I've heard it's the standard practice.
I don't think that's right.
Somebody put something on the blisters.
I think I got one. Ah, little brown stripes. It's a bishop fish. Gigantic eyes. You can see a bait from a long distance off.
Yemek çok biraz daha getireyim mi?
Oh, no, I couldn't eat another thing, thank you. That's been wonderful. Paul's got to head to Assos. I've knocked on the first door in this village I've come to, and this is the result of it. I tell you, if I never get this fed this well again, I'll die happy. Now, we were talking before about hunting wild boars. Can you tell me what sort of shot you use in the thick brush that we have around here?
Kurşun kullanıyoruz, kurşun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I used to use that number 4 shot too, but what I did was I went to the 3-inch shell because I find it forces its way through the scrub a lot better.
Well, I've left Lumpy behind. He's footsore and gone in somewhere to buy some food. But like the Apostle Paul, I've nearly reached Assos, and you can see it there behind me. It's an amazing citadel city. It's one of the best fortified parts of Western Turkey, and the walls there are a splendid example of fortifications. Assos was a university city during the Greek period. The famous philosopher Aristotle lived here for some years and began to write his famous Politics in this city. Another philosopher, a man named Cleanthes, also lived here in the Hellenistic period, and he is famous for having anticipated Copernicus by many, many hundreds of years in his belief about the relationship of the Earth to the Sun. Cleanthes also wrote some poems which were quoted by the Apostle Paul in the book of Acts, chapter 17. One of the nagging questions, though, is why did Paul leave his companions at Troas, making them catch the boat and sail here while he decided to walk here? Did he need the exercise? That's fairly unlikely. More probably, the Apostle Paul wanted to see and encourage some Christian people either along the way or in this city. That's the most likely explanation for the riddle, why it is that Paul deliberately chose to walk from Troas to Assos when he could have caught the boat. But here it is, Assos, an amazing city.
We're here with Ali. Ali, good day. Ali is the chef at the hotel we're staying at. And today, Ali's going to be cooking for us...
Goulash.
Goulash. Take it away, Ali. So Ali's starting by putting his saucepan on. Just heating some olive oil in the saucepan. He's got about a cup of olive oil there, just under a cup. In goes the diced lamb. As that's starting to cook, he'll get stuck in with the onions, dicing 3 small onions, and that just gets added to the lamb. He's just dicing the potatoes in a small dice. Obviously putting in the vegetables first that take the longest to cook. He's now doing some aubergine, or what we commonly refer to as eggplant. Ali's got about half a dozen green peppers, and he's just roughly chopping them up. Meat and the onions are now starting to brown a little bit. All right, so Ali's peeled 5 tomatoes here, and he's just giving them a rough dice as well. So just about everything is prepared now, and in say about 4 or 5 minutes time, once the lamb has browned and the onions are soft and transparent, Ali will add all the vegetables. The other things Ali's got here is some salt, some black pepper ground, some oregano, and 5 or 6 cloves of garlic. And he's got 3 bay leaves, which have this amazing fragrance, more so than the bay leaves we're used to. The lamb and onions have now been cooking for about 10 minutes. The lamb is brown, the onions are soft, and Ali's going to add the rest of the ingredients. Tomatoes to go in last. This is a very simple meal. Everything is just laid one on top of the other. Bay leaves are going in. And Ali will finish by seasoning with the salt and the pepper. Lastly, the oregano. And on top of this, Ali's going to pour 3 cups, Ali?
Yeah.
3 cups of water. So that takes about 30 to 40 minutes to cook, but Ali's actually prepared one earlier. Let's have a look. Oh, doesn't that look great? The lovely, vibrant, rich colours. The tomato, the potato, green peppers. Well, let's serve some up and see what Paul and Lumpy thinks. Here we go, Paul. Try some of this goulash. Where's Lumpy?
Oh, he got fed up. Stopped off at the village to get some food.
Well, how's he going to get to Pergamum?
We'll have to hire a car, won't he? Anyway, next week we're going to be at Pergamum, a great ancient city. Look forward to seeing you then, and bye for now.
When travelling to Turkey, keep in mind that nobody knows Turkey like Turkish air.
There's about 4 foot of mud underneath us here. I'm glad I got big flat feet.
If you'd like to find out more information about the Christian message, then grab a pen and write down the 1-800 number at the end of the show. Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to your company again next week.